Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And this article today from Z Crypto was perfect timing. It's going to give me a chance to talk about some things in regards to XRP that I've wanted to talk about for a while. And the article written by Brenda Nagari, she seems to be sure she knows why that the XRP price has lagged behind. And she is using the research done by Masari, where they cite that it's the circulating supply. The inflation rate has increased over the last year with currently 29.86 billion XRP in circulation. Well, XRP is a little bit of a different project. Millions of these digital assets are used for investments and for partnerships. And you also need to note that Tezos, which has the closest inflation rate to XRP in the top market cap projects, there's only a 7% difference. And Tezos has performed very well, up 19% over the last 30 days. Now, it has utility like XRP, but there has been a fair amount of FOMO, the fear of missing out with Tezos, which is quite different than XRP. There's a lot of speculation coming in from the retail investors. And we have to just be honest, there hasn't been a lot of FOMO recently with XRP. So I want to play something here for you. It's just 15 seconds. And I don't know if you've seen it, but if you haven't, I think it's going to make a lot of sense because this is Evan Schwartz, and he is the co-inventor of Interledger. He's also on the board of Coil currently. And the XRP ledger, which is sometimes abbreviated XRPL, is the home of XRP, the digital asset native to the ledger. And it's designed to bridge different currencies from around the world. So what Evan is asking here is, how big is Interledger's total addressable market size? And have a listen. It's very short here.
Some people have heard me say this before, but I'll throw it out to the audience. What is Interledger's total addressable market size? All the money.
Now, is he joking? No, he's not. And just how much money is out there? Well, I can take you to a 2020 article, and it does cite some figures from 2019. Now, we all know there's been some magic money made on the side of the ledger for the United States, but this is very, very close. So as of 2019, there was nearly 1.7 trillion in circulation. That's including Federal Reserve notes, coins, and currency no longer issued. But if you're looking for all the physical money, notes and coins, and the money deposited in savings and checking accounts, you could expect to find approximately 37 trillion. And this figure represents only the narrow money. There is broad money. Broad money includes treasury bills and other financial securities. So when you factor that in, the amount is over 90 trillion. And this amount even further increases when Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies are included. So you can see that the money in the form of investments, derivatives, cryptocurrencies, it exceeds 1.2 quadrillion. Yeah, that is correct. And you can see here, this is the way it would be written out. Look at all the zeros. Now, you might say to me, oh, but Eddie, XRP is only doing the 689 billion in cross-border payments as its focus. Well, no, it's not. There are many use cases for XRP that go way beyond that scope. The micropayments for XRP is one. There's the gaming industry. There are billions in that ecosystem. There's the trading platform that's being built that's going to utilize the on-demand liquidity, which is specifically using the digital asset XRP. And gosh, seriously, you need to ask yourself, is 100 billion XRP really enough? And as far as retail FOMO, it is soft right now for XRP. No one is going to deny that. But it's not just XRP. 60% of the coins in the top 15 projects are down year to date, and they're down double digit down. So this is why the XRP holders are paying really close attention to much more than just speculation from retail investors. They're looking at the corridors that are opening up. They're looking at the regulation. They're looking at investments that are made by Spring and Ripple and SBI. Here I am on an SBI Investors Relation presentation slide. This is from 2017. And you can see that it points out that SBI has a 10.5% stake in the company Ripple. Now, they also went on to form the SBI Ripple Asia, where SBI took a 60% share in that new entity. But don't forget that there was a big Series C round of funding in December, and Ripple raised $200 million from SBI, Tetragon, and Route 66 Ventures. So that's upping the share that SBI has in the company Ripple. So that 10.5% actually is an old percentage. Now, we don't know the breakdown of that three-way split with the new money that came for that Series C round. But yeah, if it was readily available, I think we could calculate more accurately what the current share that SBI has. But this is a serious investment for SBI. And you think Ripple has a lot of moving parts. Wow, I'll tell you, SBI is a holdings company with over 200 group companies. And so far in its time of operations, it's invested in more than 600 companies. 130 of those have gone into an IPO or a merger and acquisition that has been led by SBI. Mr. Kitao is a disruptor, and he has the largest online securities company in Japan. He's creating the fourth mega bank by consolidating the regional and local banks. He's head of the STO Association in Japan. He's really gotten serious about mining again. He's actually selling rigs for miners, and he's completed one of the largest deals ever with the second largest bank, which involves a capital tie-up, not to mention the investments in multiple exchange platforms. And he's responsible for getting the Ripple rails live in South Korea, Thailand, and Vietnam. There is a lot going on, and that is driving the utility of XRP. And this month, the announcement was made that SBI will install ATMs with the Ripple payments in Japan. This is, yeah, I just think that people don't really understand that there's going to be a tremendous amount of XRP needed to pull off this vision. And the person that is in charge of SBI Ripple Asia now, we learned he was in this position back in November 2019 when we had the announcement that the first money transfer service between Japan and Vietnam was going to utilize the digital the distributed ledger technology by Ripple. So here you can see he's been in that position fairly. This is Adam Trademan, fairly for just a few months now. He is busy building out this team. If you go and you can see all of the 4 positions open, they are still, yeah, they're not totally done getting what they need to do to get his team ready. You can see that when you look at the ads that are posted or the postings for the positions, they're looking for native level Japanese and English speakers, and they also want that fluency to be a little bit in Korean too. That is a tall order. I mean, how many people have the skill set to pull this off and then have those 3 languages under their belt. I think it's he's going to be very, very busy. So while it appears he is busy, awfully busy, you know, he's holding down 2 divisions in SBI, and he's also the CEO of the Bread Wallet. You might consider following Ajish. He is the CTO director of SBI Ripple Asia. He is active on Twitter, and I think you might be able to get some information of what's going on from following him. And also, please pay very close attention to FX Coin. This is a new exchange that went live in May. It's backed by SBI with an undisclosed amount. And I believe this is where you're going to see some big announcements coming using XRP. Already, the senior analyst Tomo Onishi, he's writing a weekly Ripple report. It's published every Wednesday. And they just announced in the last couple of weeks that they will launch the XRP remittance, and it will start with them. So I am really, this is where my focus is paying attention to right now. All right, this is also somebody you might recognize. It's Mr. Takashi Okita. He's the former SBI Ripple Asia CEO, and he tweeted out yesterday something very interesting. As a FinTech Association advisor, that's what he is doing now, along with the BOJ, the Bank of Japan, and 15 other financial heavyweights, including the 3 largest banks, they're establishing a task force. And this is about bank fund settlements. And it's a next generation system featuring interoperability. And the full examination is going to center on cashless remittances by banks and fintechs who are not going to be bound by the conventional framework, it says. They are going to support non-banks and other countries, in other countries, that introduce new technologies for settlement. So the status of this will be public, and they did start on May 18th. So if you want to follow that project, I'm going to do my best to bring it to you through the channel, but also too, you might consider following Mr. Okita. Okay, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff. I think I got out everything I wanted to say. Well, food delivery. This current situation that we have around the world has really changed the way food delivery and takeout has evolved, and it's being reinvented. And here is somebody from Nagoya. This is what is it? Masanora? Is it Masanora? Masanora Sugiura. And he is a bodybuilder, obviously. And he's also the president of a 3-generation upscale sushi restaurant. And he launched a new business, and it's called Weber Macho. No, not Uber, Weber. And it is staffed entirely by buff men. The men are all on the bodybuilding tournament circuit, and actually they're all rivals, but they have come together. They are just trying to stay afloat like everyone else is. And what they do is that they deliver sushi, and they encourage everyone to take their photograph, and they will give you a special pose. They are welcome. So look at their happy coats and their bare-chested bodies. And they do keep that 2-meter distance by dropping it off, but welcome everybody to take their picture. It's a funny fluff. I know it's a little short, but I hope it gave you a smile today. All right, sayonara. Do take care. Bye-bye.